Hey everybody, how you doing? This is a video about 15mm minis, because I'm going back to 15mm, taking a break from Warhammer 40k for a little bit. I got done doing a pretty sizable amount of Necrons for my son Anakin for his army. My Khurasan finished up the Shadow Spear box set. Probably be doing a video on those later, like a 40k update. And I know you can see right in here and in the shelf above it there are lots and lots of orcs. There's from that Orktober last year that my eldest son gave me a bunch of orcs. There's the green tidal wave is not a joke. There I have about 300 something various boys and knobs, and then 10 death copters, a truck that I need to do, the Death Killer War Trike I need to do. I'm making a couple of other type of land vehicles out of some hot rod toys. I'll do a video on those later. But right now let's talk about 15mm. Now I know you're looking at this table and you've seen a whole bunch of contrast paint. The reason for that is contrast really does work pretty good for 15. This is just going to be another Games Workshop reference. Battle Ready. The Battle Ready standard. Quick, easy, able to throw down dice. Can knock out all this stuff here in about 3 or 4 hours. Depending how detailed I want to get. Some of them I'm going to get more detailed than others. Some you can see on the left have already been painted. Let me go through them real quick. Let you see what I've been working on. Or will be working on. And what I'm going to do with them. Okay. So these are from Khorasan Miniatures. Oh, yep, the shaky cam. It wouldn't be one of my videos without a shaky cam. You know that. I can't remember what they were called. I remember Khurasan did a special early buy for them. I was able to get one squad. I'm not sure if they're still on the if they're on the website right now. I can't honestly tell you. I'm gonna search for them. There are hopes for these to be 28mm, beautiful sculpts. These were painted. I painted them as soon as I got them. Didn't finish, as you can see, with nothing but contrast. That's the Eladrin yellow, and I believe this is Militarum green, or it could be Orc Flesh green. I'm not quite sure. I wanted to be a little bit different because he's supposed to be a squad leader. So all that's left is their big weapon. I wanted to do it white. I think I'm going to do it apothecary white contrast on it, just because it's so easy, and it really looks great on here. I can't even remember what the type of weapons there are. I want to say they're like heavy plasma weapons or fusion guns, something of that nature. But anyway, so yeah, those, they pretty much just got to be based and their weapons done, and that's about it. Maybe put a little bit of null on them, you know, the thing. The whole purpose of this is I am planning to do an Aliens versus Predator type RPG. Not sure if I'm going to use the Alien RPG that just recently came out, or just do a D20 based. Because as you can see, also from Khurasan, some Hive Demons. I've got a dozen of these and a dozen of the domed head, not the rib dome. So for these, what I'm going to do, and I'll be doing a let's paint video here later. Using the contrast, again, this is 2 colors, very quick, very easy. What I'm thinking is I'm going to use the Blood Angels red as the base color. Just slap it on there, allow that to dry, or dry about 90%. Then go ahead, hit it with some contrast Volupus pink. So what that'll do is give me that red alien from the comics Genocide. Look it up. You can see them, the red versus black. The blacks being the original ones. The red ones being a natural mutation. So that's what's going to happen there. So, I'm going to go ahead and skip these for a second. These are also from Khurasan, like I said. These are the Hive Demons. These are the ones with the dome head. Very easy to do. What I'm planning to do with these are make them the original strain of Alien, Black Templar, and for the little highlights, use the Talisar Blue, just slap it on there. For both, I do plan to use a gloss varnish on them. because the alien has always looked wet. You know, has a wet look to it. The teeth in the original Alien film, they were clear. So I might be confused. I think it was the original Alien where they were clear, and in Aliens, the sequel, is when they were more of a silver look. But I might have that switched around. I do remember seeing some xenomorph with clear teeth. It may have even been the Queen from Aliens. I'm not sure. So yeah. And the last thing from Khurasan, and I do not have a preference here, guys. There's a lot of companies I like. There's only one company I do not wish to do business with for various reasons. Some of you know who that is, some of you don't. That's okay. We're not going to bring up the past because that company's fallen on hard times. But anyway, by Khurasan, the Huntar. Now they do have several versions of these out there. This is just one. I did pick up 3 of them, and I have one that's about 11 years old. But yeah, here's one. Here's another one. And the third. I think they also fall under their category of vacation alien. So these will be Unbloodied Predators. Yalcha. I can never pronounce the name correctly. So what I'm going to do with them, I'm going to use Skeleton Horde as a base color. This will cover up their skin, make it look really close to the natural skin color that you see in the films. Or at least in the original Predator, the one that actually counts. This is one I did about, I want to say 10 or 11 years ago. I know it was before my daughter was born. Well before my daughter was born. She's 10 years old now. So what I did with this one, as you can see, there's metallics on here. I can't quite remember the silver. I think that's Stormfang Silver. Not quite sure. It's been a long time. But for the skin tone, I used a sepia wash that was made by Les Bursley. Well, he didn't make it. My buddy Brandon made it for me when I first started getting into miniatures since 15mm. Yeah, it does a nice little resemblance. So I'm thinking the Skeleton Horde contrast will achieve the same effect. And then, of course, I got to put some metallics on here. And the little bits of gold in their braids. I have to look at those again once I do it. I'm going to use a regular black from Vallejo for that. So yeah, this one will be counted as an Elder Predator. Which, again, this is one of my favorite ones. Like I said, Memories. He's like 10 years old, one of the very first ones. My actual first 15mm were by ACP Games for Valkyrie. They were provided to me by Jimbo, the creator operator of the game system. We'll always be thankful for that. Alternative Armies. These are the Zin Trade Federation. XYN. That's how you pronounce it. Zin. Obviously heavy Asian influence to it. So somehow I ended up with 2 of the same codes. These are the assault code for the Zin. And yeah, I don't know how I ended up with 2 of the same exact code. So I'm going to have duplicates of these. Maybe they're going to be clones or synthetics in my game, my Alien RPG game. And the reason why they've got these colors, Iandan yellow and the Griffhound orange, this is going to be for their swords. The swords are going to look kind of like lightsabers, not really. More of like a heat sword. Basically, they're heated up by plasma. So what we're going to do is base color it Elandrin yellow on the sword. Closer towards the hilt, we'll put that orange to give it that a little bit darker look down there. I know it doesn't make sense. I might have that mixed around because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning and I only got 3 hours of sleep last night. So yeah. Anyway, so that's going to happen. Hopefully I can get different ones, different codes for those at some point because the Alternative Armies is out of Scotland. So it's going to be a little bit difficult. So we already covered those. We covered those. More. from Alternative Armies. These are the monkey bots. I've got 3 of them. I got them originally when the promotion first started. I think these came with the Jade Ape. With every Jade Ape you ordered, you got this. Not sure. These are available in the year collections. Really cute little thing. I mean, I'm not sure what I'm gonna paint it as. Probably just gonna do it like a silver with none oil on there, some type of silver, and maybe do something for the eyes. And that's about it. Once I base them, that's it. Of course, the Reaper bot, also from Alternative Armies. It's the Grim Reaper with that's a robot, basically. Black Templar will be put onto the ropes. The Scythe itself, I think since it's powered, as you can see, it's got a power hose right there. I'm thinking it's probably going to be a very bright green, kind of like Necron, kind of sort of, but not really. I really dig it. Hopefully it'll come out as good as I am hoping it will. Then the Standard Bearer from Alternative Armies. Also, this is part of the SFA. Sector Force Authority, I believe is what they're called. I can't remember. I have a good 100 of them, I think, at least, of their Shooty Rocket Boys, provided to me by Fred Richards. Thank you, Fred. You might remember me mentioning Fred. He's the one who hooked me up with the Reichstag by Nova Studios. Yeah, that sucker needs to get used. I was going to sell it, decided not to. Little Sentry Guns by Khurasan. Militarum Green, maybe a little bit of black on here, show gunpowder residue. Muzzle flash, you know what I'm talking about. Like I said, I'm really tired right now. Everything's on a US penny base, which supposedly we are in short supply of, which is unheard of. How do you run out of coins? Like, really, especially pennies. Anyway, these suckers are from Blue Moon. These are Galactic Mercenaries. I've never seen them. These were provided to me by, I believe, Todd Farnholtz. Very interesting models. Like I said, I've never seen them. I don't even know if they're still made. If they are, I may pick up one more pack of them. These are going to get a Militarum Green paint scheme on there. Maybe a couple little highlights here and there. Otherwise, that's going to be about it. Very basic, quick, ready for the table. That is the goal of this paint job, to do this whole lot. And finally, don't ask me what they're called. They are also from Khorasan Miniatures. Let me see if I can focus in a little bit. They take some heavy inspiration from... Oh, come on, focus. What the hell? But yeah, they take some heavy inspiration from a short film by Oats Studios on YouTube. You can check it out. That video is called Raka, or Raka, depending where you're from. R-A-K-K-A is the title. Just look for it. Oats Studios. And yeah, basically these bastards enslaved the Earth and are terraforming our planet for their own purposes. They're super hard to kill. They have psychic powers. They can pretty much control the mind. These things are horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. One of the best enemy aliens I've seen on film ever. I really hope they make a full feature film about it. So their paint, I'm not sure. If I go by what the film does, this will be a pain in the butt. I'll have to reprime them all black, and a glossy black at that, and then use a color shifting type paint that I've got from testers called Purple Fog. Look up Purple Fog. Actually, you know what? I may have a miniature here to show you what Purple Fog looks like. I do. Okay, so yeah, speaking of which, so let me put this back here. So Purple Fog, I hope this will come up. This is a Xeno I got off of Etsy. And, oh, there's a spider in there. So it looks like it's black. And it's not really coming up on camera. I might have to like do it really slow. But purple fog, you can kind of see it on camera. There's a hint, purple, green, and blue. That's what those little beasts look like. So unfortunately, because they're so small, I'm afraid I might try one-on-one. I may do that tomorrow. But I'm afraid the color will not pick up on there because the metal flake, the little iridescence might be too dense for such a small, fine model. And it works fine on here. As you can see, I got to do the teeth still. Yeah, these were real cute. Got them on Etsy. They're kind of expensive for a pack of 4. I'm going to use these for the Gale Force 9 Aliens game that's coming up, just to bolster my troops right off the bat. So there and there. But yeah, that's about it. That's what's on the table. This is what we're working on. I say we, I mean me. The other thing, and I know I kept saying it, and I've shown it in a couple videos, it's actually going to happen. This thing will be built. The Halo Pelican. I got to redo the whole thing. Now, I've been debating a long time what color scheme I'm going to use these for. This is going to end up being my dropship since I can't get the Cheyenne dropship at all. There's no way I could get it, especially for a 15mm game. The Halcyon model would be perfect. I'm not spending over $90 for a freaking model. Not for that. Not for this purpose. This will be just fine. There was one person who I've seen put this on eBay. He's a well-known painter, a very well-known miniature painter, very well respected, who stated that to get the professional look, the lights would not work. There's just no way that the lights would work. I'm going to disprove that because I'm going to have not only the working lights but the sound as well. I believe there's still sound on there. Yeah, there's still sound on there. It should still work. So yeah, I'm going to repaint this whole thing. I'm going to paint the interior cockpit as well. So yeah, this is going to be my Colonial Marine dropship or generic dropship. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's going to work. That's just one of the things. I did not get the Warthog. It's too big for my purposes. But yeah, all this is gonna get repainted. I think I'm gonna keep it a green, but probably a natal green, more in line with what the Colonial Marines use. I'm not sure. I might just go full gray. I don't know. We will see. But anyway, yeah, that's on the table for tomorrow. So I'm gonna get to painting. One other thing I got. I'm gonna do a full review of this later. So this is from Alternative Armies. This is the Nats, I want to say Crusader. Like I said, it's very late. It's an all resin, well mostly resin. No, this one is all resin. I'm going to do a review build video on this. I can tell you right now, it does need a lot of work as far as cleaning up flash and other molding parts. You see the arm, I believe this is the right arm. I gotta clear out all this over here. I know it's kind of blurry right now. I gotta clear out all that right there. And just a lot of cleanup. That's to be expected with these resin pots. Not totally unexpected. And then this was the Meerkats Potter. Same thing. The only issue I have with this one, it's not a bad mech. It's actually pretty cool. Just looking at the pictures on the website, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to cut along here on the bottom cockpit area. And then these metal like antennas, they're supposed to plug into 2 holes. There's one there and there's one actually above it that you can't see. That's an air bubble from the resin. They don't quite fit well. Anyway, I'm going to do a full review video on them. Not discouraging you from purchasing them, not at all. Just, you know, to be prepared when you purchase one, because you probably will purchase one. I don't think there's any reason why you shouldn't. So yeah, that's about it. I've got more stuff I got to work on, especially for the Marines. I've got one scale model build that is an interesting challenge that I hope you will enjoy. And just to show this off because I can and I have the time, I'm going to give you your heresy pick of the day. Yes, that is a female Space Marine that I have made with her chainsaw and her pistol, her bolt pistol. Look, she has boobies. Marine backpack. Dark Angels, as a matter of fact. Yes, heresy. 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 More heresy. Look, there's more heresy right there. You see that? That's heresy. Suck it. Heresy. Heresy. Heresy.